Hi, my name is Christine Martinez, and this is
Dahi Choi.
We are elementary school teachers with the Montgomery Public School System. Let's go over our video agenda for today. So for today, we're going to learn how to upload buttons to Schoology. We're going to learn how to add buttons to a Google Doc table, the do's and don'ts of adding buttons, and adding links to buttons in case students need to visit a website outside of Schoology or somewhere within Schoology. We're also going to learn how to add a Bitmoji classroom to Schoology, and we're going to talk about adding this Bitmoji classroom to your buttons. First, here is an example of what we are going to do today. These images that we will use as our buttons were found on teacherspayteachers.com, free of charge. Of course, you can always look for more options on Teachers Pay Teachers for a small fee. Let's get started. I'm going to click on File, hover over New, and click on Document. This will create a new document where we will set up our new buttons. You're going to click on Insert, hover over Image, click on Insert, click on Table, and for this particular look, we need 5 columns and 4 rows. All right, so what we're going to do now is I am going to highlight my very top row, and then I'm going to right click and I'm going to merge my cells. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off the rest of the table to make it look as if I want it to look, and this will better fit my buttons when I insert my buttons later. So I'm also going to highlight and merge my second row. I'm going to leave my third row alone because inside of these cells, I'm going to want Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday buttons. And then here at the bottom, let's see. I'm going to merge these two and merge these two. Now, of course, if I ever wanted to add more buttons, all I would have to do is right click, insert row above or insert row below in case I've changed my mind about anything. So let's start with the top row. I'm going to go to Insert, I'm going to go to Image, and I'm going to upload from computer. You do need your images already uploaded to your computer. And I'm going to come down until I find the header or the title of my table. So I have Welcome to 4th grade. I'm going to go back and insert again. You insert image, upload from computer. And let's go to, let's just do class info. Now again, here I've left my 5 columns in order to insert Monday through Friday. And you will notice that when I insert these buttons, that they're inserted really nice and neatly. And it will stay that way for our Schoology page. They're just readjusted to fit the cells. All right, give me just a few moments while I insert all of these images. We're going to go to Wednesday. Thursday. And this really doesn't take that long. And last but not least, let's go to Friday. All right, now here I'm going to insert just different images. This is not going to look exactly how it looked for our example, but of course you can always change your mind like I stated before. So here I may put a Class Dojo link if I use Class Dojo, and then here I will upload another image. Let's just pick our class schedule. How about that? All right, so now what I want to do is I want to remove the borders around each of my cells, because if you keep the borders, you're going to see the borders on Schoology. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight everything, and I'm going to come here to this image that looks like a pencil, and it does say border color. You'll notice that the border color states that it is black. We want to change it to white. So it eliminates all of that border around our buttons. Now what we're going to do is we're going to highlight it again. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to come to my Schoology page. When I come to Schoology, I'm going to go straight to the course that I want to place these buttons in. I have a homeroom page that I have created in my Schoology for my students to visit every single morning. So you're able to do that, or you can add it to any of the courses that you already have. But just for example, I'm going to use this in my sandbox, and I'm going to go to my updates. Of course, my sandbox looks exactly like your courses. And so then you'll notice this white box here, and you're going to control paste or control V in order to paste the image, and you will notice the image is inserted into that box. Now, you want to come here to this box, and you're going to click in this white box that's next to the bell. That is very important to do in order for your students to be able to see your buttons. And then you'll just click post, and you will notice that it has posted. I'm going to come here to materials, and where the materials are, this is what your students will see first thing as they click on the course where you have inserted your buttons. I do want to give just a piece of advice. If you go into updates after you have inserted your image for your buttons and after you have inserted the links for your buttons, you really don't want to touch it again, because anything that you add to your updates is going to erase everything that you have worked on. So just a little piece of advice, don't do that. We want to just make sure that this is clearly visible to your students every day. They get used to it. They'll click on these once you have inserted those links. And so of course here, I cannot click on them and it takes me anywhere. So we're going to learn a little bit about how to insert links now.
All right, so to link these buttons, what I do is I open up a new tab and I go to Schoology and the course that you want to post under. And let's say you have stuff for Monday. All right, so I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to title it Monday and create it. And I click on Monday. What you're going to do is you're going to copy the link. You right click and you copy, and then go back to the page where you're editing and you're trying to link the buttons. So scroll down until you find Monday. So what you're going to do is you're just going to click on it. When you do, go to the top and you're going to see a button that says insert content. Click on it. You're going to put a link on it, and you right click and paste it in. Insert, save changes. Of course, you want to go back and link Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the class dojo and class schedule and everything that you need. And after you've linked all of them, you'll hit save changes. And to make sure that it works, you can go back to materials. And if you click on Monday, ta-da, it takes you to Monday folder.
Okay, so far we have learned how to place buttons into our Schoology courses, and we have also learned how to place links inside of those buttons in order for our students to click on them and take them to different places within Schoology. Now let's talk about changing the image that we're looking at in regards to this header here. What if we would rather like to have a Bitmoji classroom instead? So I'm going to go here to my buttons, and I am going to delete this. Now this is my original Google Doc, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to copies of Bitmoji classrooms. I'm going to find one that I would like, and I'm going to insert a Bitmoji. Now, how do I insert a Bitmoji? Well, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to download the Bitmoji app onto your cell phone, create or customize your Bitmoji image to however you would like it to look, and then you will need to search Bitmoji Chrome extension on your computer. Once you do that, you will click on Bitmoji Chrome extension. Mine says remove from Chrome because I already have the extension, but you will click on the image or the button here that will say to insert that Chrome extension, and then you will have it up here at the very top of your screen. Now, let me go back to the copy of that Bitmoji classroom that I liked, and I'm going to come here to my Bitmojis, and I'm going to type in pose. That will give me different images of just myself as a teacher. I'm going to click this one, and I'm going to drag it over. And you will notice that I have my Bitmoji in front of my Bitmoji classroom. Now, of course, I can always go in and I can insert a text box, and I can say something like, welcome to school. I can always edit that and make it a little bit bigger and bold, of course. Let's see. And then what I'm going to do now is I am going to take a picture of this particular image here, and I'm going to insert it to it. I'm going to insert it to my Schoology buttons. So what I'm going to use to take a picture of my Bitmoji classroom is I'm going to use the snipping tool. I'm going to click on new. You're going to notice that you have a gray screen. You're going to drag that snipping tool right over your Bitmoji classroom. You're going to save. I'm just going to say Bitmoji classroom. I'm going to insert it to my pictures for just easy findings. And I'm going to click out. Now I'm going to go back to my buttons, and remember I took off that initial title. Now I'm going to insert, hover over image, click on upload from computer. I'm going to go to my pictures. There's my Bitmoji classroom, and I'm going to insert it there. So you will notice that now it is on top of the buttons that we have created. You're going to do the same thing as before. You're going to highlight the entire image, and you are going to copy. You will come over to your Schoology page. I'm going to go to my updates, and I'm going to erase this. Now, that is why I've stated that you should not go back into updates and mess around with it, add anything to it, because it will remove the original image as well as the links that you have inserted. However, for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to come here and I'm going to delete. And I'm going to come back to this text box or this white box, and I'm going to insert the image, and that image will have, ta-da, my Bitmoji classroom. So you'll come back here, you'll click that box next to the bell, and you will post. And you will notice that now your image has, or your buttons has, your Bitmoji classroom. You go back to materials, you'll notice that that is what your students can see. So you will have to go back and you will have to reinsert all of those links again, but that's okay. You know how to do that now. Have a great day.